the first day in office, I had spoken to the bureaucratic core of our staff, and I'd said, I can only be as good as you are, because you are the people who are going to guide me. You are the people who are going to tell me what is the way forward for Nepal in navigating the diplomatic world. And precisely, it has been a good experience for me, because the Foreign Ministry of Nepal is one of the few specialized ministries. I don't know how it is to be any other minister, and I don't really want to also know, because I think it's going to be more difficult and more complicated. But the Foreign Ministry, each and every professional knows his and her job, because this is what they've been doing from the start of their career. And this is why Nepal has been able to distinguish itself, despite being a small nation, or middling-sized nation, as has been said by Mr. Acharya, in this world of superpowers, and in this context of a very geopolitically, let's not say fraught, but a geopolitically emerging world, because of the role that has been played by the Honorary Consular Corps of Nepal. I know you all have really put to promote our country, because be getting the attention of far-flung governments to represent them as ambassadors who come here, who are actually designated to Nepal, and some of them we don't have even designated ambassadors. But you are the people who are introducing Nepal to the world and introducing the world to Nepal. So the role that you all play has been a very good one, and I would really like to thank you all also for the support you gave us during the Sagarmatha Sambad. You were one of our key resources, though you may not have felt it, but whenever we discussed, we said, okay, having the corps there, the Honorary Corps of Councillors, is very important for us. And thank you so much for the role you played. Because it's a very interesting experience as a political person. Of course, part of our job is to get praises, but also a lot of brickbats. So one of the brickbats I got recently was because I said, Nepal has progressed, and when I'm sitting in Putali Sadak, I looked out of the window and I saw people who are much better than the people I saw when I was a child. So the younger generation of Nepal, who have never seen the kind of difficult times that many of us in our 50s and 60s have seen, they thought I was speaking rubbish, or maybe I was in a dream, and I was like, just saying this to make the government look good. But really the message from Nepal is a good message. That's why we are graduating from a least developed country into the next status. That is why we are being recognized globally for the hard work that Nepal puts in as a country, as a people, and as a community. But these messages need to be given out. I would like to request you all to please speak up, to say the message from Nepal is not that bad. Even today in Parliament, one of the MPs, he's from the opposition party, but he's a very good MP. He always speaks a lot of facts. So he talked about how many people are taking NOCs and leaving the country, how many people are leaving on to travel abroad or to work abroad. And his question was, what is there in Nepal? What is the hope? Sitting in this room, I think the hope is you all. And you all have to say there is hope there. And there is hope. Because I have seen Nepal, I have been traveling. Last time also, I tell this in a number of forums. I may be speaking English, I may have cut my hair, I may look very, in a way, like, westernized. But most of my work is out in the field, in the most remote parts of Nepal. And I have seen in my lifetime changes I thought I could never see. I didn't imagine that there could be so much change in one lifetime. And this is a journey all of us have lived. But the new generation, the Gen X, the millennials, they have not seen that. Of course, their hope for a better Nepal is a good hope. But we have to tell them that what is the road we travel to reach here, and what is the road they can travel. Their road to travel is not running away from Nepal. Their road to travel is making this country better. That is a message that I would like you all to give, because this is the message that you all have been giving. And that's why a lot of the people from other countries have trusted you to represent them here. Not only, I don't think their representation, their interest is only to be rescued and taken out for a little meal or just for sightseeing. The representation is in Nepal. Your representation in Nepal is because they are really interested in Nepal, the country, everything about Nepal. So my second message, a request to you all is, please speak up. This is the world of social media. He just said, our keynote speaker just said, this is the fourth industrial revolution. Are we all going to join that? Or are we just going to say, oh, this is too modern for us. I can't understand this. And I don't understand AI at times. But it can be very, very positive, but it can also be very detrimental to you. So who are we going to let succeed in this country? The people who want to say positive things and stay ahead and steer the country forward? Or are we going to let only the naysayers take the floor? This is a decision that all of us have to make, because our futures are also tied to that. I know there are many things that we need to change, many things we need to reform, and the current government is working on that. And you all also have been part of that reform, because you all have also given us the suggestions. What are the things that need to be reformed so that Nepal can become a better country, where the economic growth can improve, where we can have a better work environment, where there can be better investments, and thus more people can stay inside Nepal. But that environment has to be created not only within the ministries and within your offices. It has to be created outside in the larger public, because all of us live in that sphere. So maybe I sound a bit, disheartened. I'm not disheartened. If I was disheartened, I would have not got out of bed after having 10 surgeries, and neither would have the Prime Minister. I've had 9, he's had 10 surgeries. But every day we are out there on our feet for Nepal. It's not that he wants to do something and I want to build castles. Our life has already gone for that. We are already, I think he's in his 70s, maybe he's less. And anyways, I'm in my 60s, so I'm assuming he's at least 5-6 years older than me. But the positive energy that you all bring to our country is something that needs to be out there, because creating that bigger environment is what is going to eventually take us to the goals we...
Throughout this journey, we have established that the honorary consul are not just ceremonial figures. We are active, capable, and committed contributor to the Nepalese economy and diplomatic interests. At the workshop in the Chandragiri, organized in the partnership with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we communicate as a unified message. SCCN stand ready to serve as the bridge between Nepal and the global economy through the trade, tourism, foreign investment, innovation, and diaspora engagement. Nepal is now entering a new phase, graduating from the least developed country category. In this national journey, Harmony Council serves as a voluntary envoy, offering the networks, goodwill, and practical action. Today, economic diplomacy is no longer an option, it is a necessity. We are encouraged that the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs has already taken a significant step by establishing an economic diplomacy division. SCCN has begun engaging with this division, and we recently co-hosted at the workshop to align on the shared goal on coordination. Let me also highlight the vital role of the private sector in this context. Globally, the private sector is seen as the engine of economic growth and development. At the UN Conference on Financing for the Development in Spain, where I had the honor to speak along with our Right Honorable Prime Minister, the private sector was given the due recognition. Such examples show how the economic diplomacy and the private sector engagement go hand in hand. In Nepal, we still have room to gather the understanding. Advocacy for the private sector is sometimes perceived narrowly, but in reality, reflect as the broader vision for the national development, where a strong private sector drives jobs, growth, and innovation. As I formally hand over the deanship today, I do so with the confidence that SCCN is the more united, more visible, and more closely aligned with the Nepal national interest than ever before. To the incoming Dean, Mr. Bhola Thapa, I offer my sincere congratulations, full support, and the best wishes. I am confident that under your leadership, SCCN will continue to grow and contribute the meaningful to Nepal's diplomacy and the development. To my fellow honorary consul, thank you for your continued cooperation. To the members of our executive committee, I truly appreciate your dedication, honesty, and teamwork throughout the year. And to the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs, I deeply value your trust, collaboration, your recognition of our role as the strategic partner has been crucial. Let us move ahead with the gathered trust, cooperation, and the shared purpose. Thank you all once again for giving me this opportunity